Hi, let's take a look at Inclusive Practices 7, Assessment Task 7, Written Questions number 2. So this is the second set and the final set of written questions for Inclusive Practices. As it mentions under Assessment Description, this one is also going to be testing your required knowledge for the units and for the cluster. This one in particular is going to be looking at children with additional needs and how we can support children with additional needs and your knowledge and information around that. The documentation that I'd suggest that you have for this particular task would be the Discrimination Act, the National Quality Standards, the Early Years Learning Framework, and I would also get up the Blue Bay policies. As you can see, I've got a separate tab here. If you go to all sessions, there is a folder called Blue Bay policies. It's the very last one at the bottom. So you'll find all the policies that you need in there. So to get this assessment task underway, we select Preview Quiz. So straight away you'll see that there's actually 35 questions in this task. So it's probably not something you'll get done in one sitting, but you might work on it over a few sessions. So for this particular task, you always, as always, need to have a look at what the question's asking of you. So if it's asking you to define, or if it's asking you to list, that you're answering the question in the box appropriately, so with enough information, or that you're listing it if you're only required to list. As you go through the questions, it's actually going to ask you to take a look at different documentation. So some of the documentation you'll have up because I've told you to get it ready. Others will actually have in brackets information or readings that they want you to go to. So it's just really important that you access them on websites, Google them, find this documentation, read it thoroughly, and make sure that when you're actually answering the questions, you're answering it via the knowledge you've gained from the readings. So making sure that you're using them quite thoroughly and not just putting down what you think or different ideas, that you're actually using the information you've learnt from the readings. So as you work through, you'll see that some questions require a couple of answers within the question, others are just very simple in one. Once you've got all the way to the end and you're satisfied with your answers, you'll just submit that through to your trainer for marking.